Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back. This is Rock's Reviews, and I review really good books. All right, so we're going to start this video today with a joke. What does a communist optimist say? Well, it can't get any worse, right? Okay, all right. Speaking of communism, the book today is called I Must Betray You by Ruta Sepetys. And I'm just going to give a warning in advance. These are all like Romanian names. And I actually, surprisingly, don't speak Romanian. So I'm just going to kind of do my best here. Forgive me, please. Uh, Romania, 1989. Communist regimes are crumbling across Europe. 17-year-old Christian Florescu dreams of becoming a writer, but Romanians aren't free to dream. They are bound by rules and force. Amidst the tyrannical dictatorship of Nicolae Ceausescu in a country governed by isolation and fear, Christian is blackmailed by the secret police to become an informer. He's left with only two choices: betray everyone and everything he loves, or use his position to creatively undermine the most notoriously evil dictator in Eastern Europe. Christian risks everything to unmask the truth behind the regime, give voice to fellow Romanians, and expose to the world what is happening in his country. He eagerly joins the revolution to fight for change when the time arrives. But what is the cost of freedom? Okay, super good, super good. I really liked this book. It's just crazy good. I am into books that are like not necessarily World War II. This is more Cold War era, but like historical fiction is really good. If you like those kinds of books, what you might like is Jennifer Nielsen. She has a lot of book themes and books that are common with this book by Ruta Sepetys. And those books are also crazy good, so I would recommend those. Age range. This book has a little bit of violence in it, as there are riots and there are weapons mentioned and things like that, as it's a historical fiction book. And so it's a little bit rough there. But otherwise, it's a really good book. There's an interesting plot line, and it's unique. That's what I love about this. Is it's all original. And you know, there's so many World War II books with Nazis and stuff like that. And don't get me wrong, I love those. But this is a historical fiction book that isn't about World War II. So you know, points for that as well. Uh, Parental reviews. Along with the violence, it does say a couple of cuss words, but for the most part, they're no f-bombs or anything like that. So it's minor swearing, and then it also does mention tampons once or twice, but doesn't go into much detail, as they're talking about different contraband illegal items that they would have, such as like they're not allowed to drink Coke or have Twinkies or different things like that in their communist country. Uh, so to sum it up, parental reviews. I would say, if Sippy Cup was like a 1, like so good for you and like nothing wrong with it. And then we had Juice Box, where it's like, okay, we got a little bit of sugar in here, and then Soda Pop, where we got sugar in here and maybe a little bit caffeine, and then Energy Drink, where there's definitely a lot of caffeine. And if we're comparing these to books, I'd say the rating is probably Soda Pop or maybe Juice Box, half, kind of in the middle there, just on the range. So It's a little bit for older kids, maybe 14 and older, or 12 to 14 and older, but would recommend. Such a great book. It wasn't too funny, but there were like one or two funny parts in there. If I was rating that 1 to 5, 5 being like top notch and 1 to being, like little to no humor at all, I'd probably rate it like a 2, as there weren't a lot of like funny parts in it and stuff. Uh, Cool factor, I would rate it 3.5 for sure. Just out of just because like it's different, and it's crazy that this stuff actually happened. Even if the book's fictional, it's based on true stories and stuff like that. And for page turner, I would say a 4.5 to 5. Like, I did not want to put this book down. I stayed up way later than I should have reading it on a school night. So for sure, page turner. And characters, I'd probably say that's a 3.5 to a 4.5. That was definitely really good. The characters, for the most part, are all unique in their own, and they're not all the same. They're different, and they got some unique characters in there, like the main character and his older sister and his mom and his girlfriend and his grandpa, who all play different parts like that. If you like this book, would like I said in the beginning, would definitely recommend Jennifer Nielsen, the author Ruta Sepetys, if I'm saying that right. She also has a couple other good books that are realistic or historical fiction. Like, for example, she has Salt of the Sea. That's the only one I've read so far, and that one was pretty good. That one might be a little bit more adult level, just a little bit more grown up, as it's just a little bit darker. I honestly really love this book. Um, so overall, full points for this book. Hey, if you liked this video and you want to see more cool videos about different books, make sure to leave a like and subscribe so you can see more stuff like this. And comment down below on what I should maybe do for another book review. If you got a favorite book or a book you really like, let me know and I'll for sure review it. You can check out some of my other videos if you click on my channel. And I'll see you again next time.